Hey random stranger, Ironmouse just released an original track, and not just any track but an operatic one, and Shif recommended that I give it a listen, so here we are. I have reacted to Ironmouse's cover of When I Look at You before because a Coffee member recommended it, so that's there on my Coffee page if you want to check it out. But I know from that she has a mean operatic or like a classically inspired voice, so I'm intrigued. Godfather. Oh, this is a legit full orchestral score. And that's a thick cello tone. It's tremolo. Threatening. Wow, everyone's here. Strings, woodwinds, brass, percussion. Oh, okay. That was a half tone step up, a key change. It's just trying to pinpoint what classical styles this draws from. I love the ebbs and flows in the dynamics. It's very Italian opera at parts. Oh my god, that was such a creepy slide down. That tritone. Yeah, but see this part, it kind of sounds like it has a bit of a tango-esque bass. Very dance-like. Nice. Oh man, I remember her vibrato. And those sustains, like on the you. That's, yeah. It's very classical kind of vibrato. Ah, the piano. Even some like, what is it, castanets or like snare? Oh, she ate that. Yo. She does octave jumps like it's nothing. Oh, another upward semitone key change. Man. Oh my god, shout out to whoever did this composition. Like the orchestration pushes her voice even further. I was wondering if she was gonna go all the way and resolve it upwards to that high C5. Actually, it would be C6 for her. But what she did instead was like, I swear she went higher before dropping down to the C. Yep, that's a D6, which is insane, and then she actually sits there forever, which is even more insane. B, C, it's C6. That was crazy. It's so like in Puccini's Nessun Dorma, that's basically the intensity of that feeling, you know, when the tenor jumps up to the B5 and then drops back down to an A5. Exact same feels. Oh man, I applaud this composition. Actually, who was the composer? Okay, so it says original score by Starlight Darrell. Yay, Starlight Darrell, because this piece was clearly written to show off Ironmouse's operatic skill, and it did so very successfully. I already mentioned Puccini, and unsurprisingly, this whole piece reminded me of classical Italian arias written by Puccini. His works focus very much on the voice and is distinct and distinguished by a more raw emotional quality that is reinforced by very rich orchestration. Like you have these extended melodic phrases. Just elongated, sustained vocal notes. When you sing this kind of song, you cannot hide behind, you know, the orchestration or like other special effects or whatever, because it is designed to showcase the voice. It has the kind of technical demands that you would expect in a classical aria. The fact that Ironmouse can pull off this sort of classical aria type piece means that she has some super solid vocal skills. Not to say that, you know, other types of singers aren't skilled. It's just, it does require a very specific skill set to sing this type of specific song. Yeah. Okay. So one of the other key features of a Puccini opera is the fact that you have these strings in the orchestra doubling up on the key vocal line at the same time. So if you listen to the vocal line, I mean, on top of the strings, you also have the brass reinforcing that vocal line. That's a very Puccini move because he loved using the orchestra to boost the vocal line and make it sound a lot more powerful than it otherwise would have. By doing that, you obviously crank up the emotional intensity, and the result is just a very passionate, sort of almost overwhelming effect. Something else that was cool to notice that is also used commonly in classical operas was the use of the upwards semitone key change. Okay, so this first part actually started in B flat minor. And then it shifts up one semitone, just all of a sudden, to B major. I have to say the music box is really creepy. Yeah, this like gave me chills. And then this is solidly in the C minor now, so another semitone step up. Again, that's just another classical feature. Like throughout the piece, it starts on the B flat minor, then suddenly shifts up to the B minor, and later again at another dramatic like inflection point, it shifts up another semitone to the C minor. And these are like sudden key changes and not smooth modulations. The effect is someone literally shifting the entire musical ground from beneath you so that everything kind of just jumps up together in intensity. Something else that I really liked about this arrangement that threw me back to like classical orchestral arrangements is just the fact that you can hear individual instruments weaving in and out of both the melody and each other. So if we just play like a random part, there's the cello, and the flute, and then the strings kind of take over from the flutes. And now you have the brass that's sort of more prominent while everything else kind of fades back. Like literally just there, you had 3 different sets of instruments doing a similar run-up, run-down of, I think it was like an inversion of the B flat minor arpeggio. Flutes. What was that? Oboe. And then the piano. Just the detail of having different orchestral instruments passing on a harmonic part smoothly to each other like that is really rare, and I really appreciate it because I love classical orchestration, and I think we need more of that in VTuber music. I keep talking about like the classical Italian aria influence, but in other parts, honestly, there is also what I hear like is a very strong tango influence, especially in the chorus. Boom, 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 boom. You know, just very strong syncopated bass. Yeah, the other thing in the melody that made me think of tango music was how there are, in a lot of places, these huge interval jumps followed by these smaller stepwise motions up or down. It's part of what gives a melody that very emotional, almost like crying-like quality. It's a huge like 7th jump, and then it just steps down 1 to the E. The other thing is sequences as well. Okay, so sequences is when you have a melodic phrase, like just there, it was. And then you take that phrase and you move it down a step. So you do the exact same thing, just at a different pitch. But then they changed that last note to like the raised third, like a pickety third. So you have the syncopated bass, you have the big interval jumps followed by the smaller stepwise motions, you have the sequences, and I guess something else that makes it very tango-like, and also a feature that it shares with classical Italian operas, is simply the fact that it has these very dramatic, dynamic contrasts. So you'll have these very soft, intimate, pianissimo sections, and then a huge swelling in the orchestration, and then suddenly you're just going at it with these very forte, like very loud passages. Kind of like here. Made all the more dramatic by that like last key change. Overall, Music Box of Fate was refreshing in like an odd way because you put all of those elements together and you end up with the kind of piece that kind of combines operatic vocal techniques with the orchestration of a classical Italian aria, but also with elements of tango. So I liked it a lot. And I'm just glad that we have VTubers like Ironmouse who aren't afraid of putting music like this out there, because in my eyes, the more variety of music that we have in the VTuber sphere, the better, because these talents I don't think should be boxed into like a J-pop box or a J-rock or a pop rock box, whatever it is. I think that the more styles they venture into, and if they have the skill to back it up, like Ironmouse clearly does, then everyone wins. You know, they get to flex their skills in ways that certain genres just don't let them. And then we get to enjoy more cool music. By the way, if you liked this piece, and I suspect you do because you're watching this video, and you do want to explore its more classical roots, I would highly recommend starting with Puccini's Italian arias And there are also guys like Astor Piazzolla who mix classical, orchestral, and operatic styles with tango, kind of in a way that this piece does, but also in other different ways. Thanks, guys. I know that this wasn't necessarily like the really deep music theory analysis that I sometimes do, but it was kind of just nice to kick back and enjoy the fact that there are very talented people out there who can draw from classical music styles and just put their own twist on it. So that was awesome.